It's a Wonderful Game.
It is.
It's so long.
We've done, and, we like to do, Christmas special just because it's sort of a tradition in any kind of media thing, television Christmas specials and stuff. And so, the first year we did a thing about how all the silly holidays that are in December. We did one with the 12 days of Christmas, but all geeky.
Yeah.
And we did the one with, what was it?
Someone's starting to lose faith in Super Mario Brothers.
I know the one, but I can't.
I can't actually remember what you're thinking of right now.
Daniels and Joe Save Christmas.
Yes,
Right, the Save Christmas special, yeah.
Save Christmas. So, we sort of were trying to do all of the quintessential Christmas things. And so It's a Wonderful Life just had to be in there. And it's to tell you the truth, I had not actually seen It's a Wonderful Life until we started doing this. And
I think we watched the whole thing on fast forward.
Yeah, Graham showed me.
That is a photo of me as a baby. I photoshopped in the Nintendo controller, but that is baby Graham.
No.
Some people mentioned that there's a Wii box in the background of this thing for the
Of that
entire
shot,
line.
right? Yeah.
That would have been really easy to take out too.
Yeah.
Well.
I like that he's wearing the
helmet.
the horrid helmet.
I like the thing with the stars there because it's the actual stars conversation from It's a Wonderful Life is weirder than that conversation. It's a very strange conversation that they have, and they do stuff like, "Hey, how's your family?"
The bit where Morningstar I think says, "Nice pants, Fred," and he's like, "Thanks," is because in the actual movie they talk about whatever the star is wearing or something. They talk about what books he's been reading, and it's completely ridiculous. That was some flower there. It's just a very, very odd conversation. I wanted to sort of have just a slight nod to that. I just like that. It's so simple that of course Mario stars for the stars talking in space, I guess. The music for this, I do not honestly recall where I got it from.
It was like a Christmas, like an Ebenezer or something, recorded in.
Right, it was a really old version of the Christmas Carol I found on Archive.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. I love this shot. Okay, now it was really windy. Oh, at this time we didn't have our boom. All we had was a lapel mic. The lapel mic is attached to Paul's scarf and is hidden there so that because he has to walk in, and if it was on me, I got hit by too much wind, and the audio was all terrible, and it was such a weird.
Yeah, so
weird thing. You were there for that, right?
Yes,
you see, this is actually.
It's actually my scarf.
Right. This is actually set up so that I don't talk until I stop moving and notice my arms stay absolutely perfectly still.
Yeah.
And that's because if I moved at all, it scratched the mic.
Yeah, and you can see Paul still has the cast in his hand from the Wii
Right.
injury.
Which we just didn't talk about at all in this video. So.
Yeah. So there was a sheer drop, of course, over where you would have. In the last, it's a reverse shot. You see me walk up to a railing with a complete drop off, and then we have a camera there because it's actually a different railing, very near that other one.
Yeah, and this is up of you, Yvette.
Yeah.
I thought that was Nathan for a second because I was like, an attractive man in a suit couldn't be James.
Touche.
Yeah, it's just cold, man.
It's cold. I'm a man.
So yeah, James, of course, as the high-powered lawyer, is what I like about this video is that everything that is different because of no video games is actually way, way better. Everyone's actually way better off, except for me apparently. We never actually address what happens to me in this scenario.
That's true.
Well, it's that it doesn't change, right?
Right.
It's like in It's a Wonderful Life, right? The guy himself doesn't change at all.
Right.
That's because everyone thinks he's dead. But
Yeah, he's just
he's not. Yeah. So yeah, I think that works. He's on a he's discovering all the things that are different.
This was done primarily with tripod shots, which I think worked out pretty well.
Yeah, and it's got that same thing. Actually, it's kind of similar as to Zombies. It's the black and white, but then a slight greenish.
Does it?
It looks like it's.
I think it's got a slight tinge to it. I don't know. Maybe it's just because there's so much blue on the
maybe
LoadingReadyRun page. Yeah. And it's also it's not high contrast black and white because the old movies are very, very sort of a muddy gray.
Right.
Which
There's no
was-
pure white.
Yeah. and no like really dark black. Shooting this was a lot of fun. We went into Oak Bay Rec Center really late at night and asked the girl at the front desk if we could shoot in the hallway, and she said, I can't allow you to do that. So it's a good thing that I don't know that you asked.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh!
Yeah, it took us like a couple seconds, then we were like, I see.
Oh,
And
here it is.
oh yes, and that's where Paul calls Bill
Yeah,
Bill rather than Mike, which is
Yeah.
unfortunate. But we couldn't.
We were in a really, because there was a hockey practice going on while we were doing this.
And at any moment, that hallway could have been filled with people who were wondering why the hell we were doing that with a camera. And she said that if a janitor found us and asked us to leave, then we'd have to. So we were trying to do it really quickly, and we couldn't go back and overdub that line because the reverberation in that, like without overdubbing the entire scene, which we just didn't have time to do, because the sound in that hallway was so distinct. I'm reading The Ring,
yeah.
which is the UVic faculty newspaper, which is
Read not good.
the dull one, basically.
Although this year it may actually be better than the regular one.
Yeah, it's true.
Hey now, all right? Now
Um,
everything is better.
Made judicious use of shooting up at UVic, as we
And
as
no,
we do.
and no, maybe it's not totally the Nobuo Uematsu we mentioned here. He's really famous, but
Oh yeah, he's the composer.
yeah,
for,
he's the composer for the Final Fantasy games.
yeah.
But, it's probably the most obscure reference.
That's
they
true.
made.
I like that he does percussive interpretive speed metal. I also like that Penny Arcade, while now being a webcomic about knitting, like despite that, because it's written by the same guys, is actually still really funny.
Yeah, I mean, I fully believe that Gabe and Tycho would be funny if they did other stuff.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So it's just like,
If there were no such thing as video games.
what would they funnel that into? Well, apparently knitting. Apparently
There are no
knitting.
new video games.
I would totally
No one
read
plays
that
them,
comic.
So no one makes them.
Look at a little out of
No-
focus in
No
this shot.
Final
I wonder if-
Fantasy,
We should
no
we should
Halo,
start a comic
no
about
World of
knitting.
Warcraft.
I like it.
Uwe Boll is still in
What should we
Germany
call it?
making horror films.
You know,
Nobuo
Knitting
Uematsu
arcade.
plays John
Ooh,
Cena,
I
a
like it.
yarn.
and Penny
Oh,
Arcade.
that's good.
It's actually pretty funny.
So yeah, it's the really really selfish. Oh right, and of course there was the reference to 3 PS3s there.
Yeah.
I bet I could get a PS3. I bet I could get 3 PS3s.
This actually took a while to sort of get this whole figured out as to like what his motivation would be for going back and turning everything back to the way it was.
Mm-hmm.
Like whether it was like his parents didn't get together, so he was never born, or something like that. And
Yeah.
so, I did playing video games is my thing. It's just what I do.
Yeah, it's just he just really likes playing video games. I also like that I don't end up with the $20 at the end of it because he borrows it back.
And
This is pretty
and
fun.
it's just obviously the same way as It's a Wonderful Life. There's no special effects. It happened and then stopped happening,
Yeah.
which I like.
This I was describing the video to a guy I used to work with, and I was like, I did like, hey Kirby, Merry Christmas, Link, and then he just immediately chimed in with, oh, Battletoads, you crazy basbastards, and I just thought it was such a funny line that I put it in there. He was pretty happy about that. I also like Bill being like, that's kind of weird. You could briefly see Kathleen's cat under the coffee table.
Yeah.
Kissing that
And Morgan
cartridge.
And
was kinda
Morgan's
gross.
sleeping in the
What?
background.
Just because he wouldn't move. He was so tired. I love I love getting the wings. It's the little Mario wings. Oh, that's good.
I really forgot that I was sleeping there.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to all.
And to all. Yeah.